Welcome to Six's Overdrive, guys. As promised, I'm going to go into the interview or review camera first-person mode and how to accomplish that on your YouTube channel. So roll the music. All right, guys, welcome back. So now you want to do a product review, an unboxing, whatever. You want to talk about your favorite motorbike, but you're not motovlogging. Here's a common problem I see. Guys, everybody starts out with one of these, all right? And that's fine. But, you know, there's certain ways to accomplish what you're doing. Now, I'm going to fire up this camera to show you something, okay? Now, first of all, for me to get the lighting that I get, it's not rocket science, guys. This is what I'm doing. All right? So what's happening is I'm just taking the available light from an area and using that. So what you do to do that is during a nice time of the day where the sun's not directly shining in the window, but it's nice and bright outside, you just stand in front of that window. Okay? Now that takes all the shadows off, makes your eyes pop, makes your face look a lot nicer, also gives you a nice background because what it does is it lights you, but the background ends up being a little bit darker and blurrier. So it gives focus to the subject matter. The second thing I'm talking about, you see that I'm using a whole different camera here. Now, you can get by with either a, how do I describe it, just a film camera or whatever, like a video camera. That's the word I'm looking for. I can't talk sometimes. I can film, I can make my pictures look good, but I can't talk very well most of the time. Anyway, guys, so what you do is you just get yourself a basic video camera and it'll shoot better videos than what these will. Like, check this out. Okay, this is me on the Hero 3 Plus. It's not as nice. And what most of you guys are doing is you're not even using the available light. You'll go into something like this with light behind you, all right? And you'll film yourself like this. And you're getting shadows. Nobody sees your eyes. You know, you guys got pretty eyes, so it's not such a bad thing. So, guys, get yourself a camera. A DSLR is really nice because it gives you the background. I use a Sony Nex5R. And it is a gorgeous camera. Like, it works superb. I get such great images and quality, and I can even shoot in low light, and it blows away most things. Now, these cameras are made for portraits and for faces. So they do the best job, especially when they're set on a tripod. These things, right here, this is meant for landscape photography and action photography. It's not meant to be a first-person camera. All right? So let's shut that off. Second trick I do is, like I told you before, and why I use this system is because I can use this lav mic, okay, through the Zoom H1 handy recorder. It's about $100, and you mix it in with your audio after. What I do is I start out my video and I go 1, 2, 3. I clap my hands, and that syncs it up between the camera audio and this audio. So my mouth is moving, it's the same. Okay, that's all I do. That's all you have to do. Use your available light. Make sure you stand in front of a window in the middle of the day when it's nice and bright out. You don't have to worry about lighting situations unless you're going to film in the basement. You got a beautiful man cave. Make sure you get lights. There's lots of lights on the internet that flood and light up your face and everything, so your background is darker than you are. You can do that. But this is the cheap way, guys. This costs nothing, all right? And you can get a nice video camera for next to nothing, too, because everybody's going to these DSLRs or mirrorless lens cameras, all right? So that's the trick on that. Next, you're going to want editing software. Now, it's not my job to tell you what editing software to get, just like it's not my job to tell you what camera to get or what lav to get or what handy recorder to get. There's a whole bunch of different tools that do the job. Okay, first of all, if you're going to get into it on the cheap, you can buy things like a Vegas Suite or a Premiere Pro suite, like the ones that are the low-cost ones, all right, that get you started. They're a starter pack. They're usually about $100. You can go as cheap if you have a Mac. You can go iMovie. It's dirt cheap, okay, but there's a few things you can't do with some of those programs. Now, you can also go into the high end. You can go into the full version of Vegas, or you can go into Final Cut on your Macs, or you can go into Premiere Pro. You can spend a lot of money on these, but they do a lot of neat things. Just so long as you know that you're definitely sacrificing some things. But for basic interviews, stuff like that, something as simple as iMovie works. All you need to do is create logos online somewhere. You're going to have to spend a little bit of work at doing it. Once it's on your computer in a file, you drop and drag into any of these things. It's super easy, guys. You'll learn it on a weekend, no problem. And you keep learning tips and tricks as you go. All you have to do is YouTube a video on how to do something, and it'll come up with your program and how to do it step by step. So guys, that's it. That's easy. Now, I hope you take, most of you guys that do motorcycle videos, these are the tips I want you to take, because these tips are going to make your interviews and reviews much more pleasing to the eye, much more pleasing to the ears. So that's a great tip from Six's Overdrive. Subscribe, share, like, and comment. And I'll see you next time. Until next time, Six's Overdrive saying bye-bye.